Today on ELN Morning.
Seeking support. Hear how a new program provides students with around-the-clock mental health resources.
Monster Munch, a quick snack as you start to plan for Halloween weekend.
Kicking off, the men's soccer team is taking on a new opponent.
Today, October 21st, 2021.
This is ELN Morning.
Morning, and thanks for waking up with us. I'm Naomi Washington.
And I'm Ashlyn DeLoughy. We begin this morning with an update on the recent launch of TIMELYCARE.
A new virtual telehealth program is giving 24/7 access to medical and mental health care for students. Our Jenna Mandrioli has more information on the new mental health resource on campus.
It's been over a week since ELON launched TIMELYCARE, and Associate Vice President for Student Life, Jenna Lynn Patterson, says more than 100 students have signed up for the service. Sophomore Sasha Nainani isn't one of them, but says she's relieved TIMELYCARE is available because many students feel counseling services is not accessible enough.
If you're one day having a really bad day and need to talk to somebody, like, you're going to be in a completely different mental state like a month later. So I think it's good to have like a 24/7 resource.
About 40 minutes from ELON'S campus, the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill canceled classes amid 2 suicide investigations the day ELON announced TIMELYCARE. Nainani says one of the people involved is her best friend's younger sister. She says when things like this happen, it is even more important to have accessible mental health resources.
I've changed my priorities to some extent since then and tried to put mental health first.
Sophomore Molly Lund says she hopes the program will create a more present mental health culture on ELON'S campus.
Getting back into the swing of things and having time management skills, and on top of that keeping up with your mental health can be really hard to handle. So I think that an online portal will be really helpful for that.
Patterson says the goal of TIMELYCARE is to help students who don't always have time to wait for counseling services.
But what I think it does is it gives students, like I say, a more timely thing. Sometimes with students, especially when their timing is important, and I get it that with especially college students.
The Office of Student Life plans to track how popular TIMELYCARE gets throughout the semester and survey students later this year. Jenna Mandrioli, ELN Morning.
Patterson says ELON is partnering with Active Minds to further promote the program, as well as asking residents' assistants and student org leaders to help spread the word. Students can go to www.timelycare.com and register with their ELON email address and use the access code at the bottom of your screen to sign in.
Today, the CDC will consult with an expert panel before finalizing official recommendations for who should get their booster and when. This is after the FDA gave emergency authorization to Moderna and Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 booster shots and said people can mix and match their booster with their original vaccine. There's no university requirement for booster shots as of right now, but the Healthy Elon Committee is urging students and faculty to get their booster if they qualify. You can upload your vaccine documentation on your Phoenix Health portal.
There is still time to get your tickets to tonight's latest speaker event. ELON President Emeritus Leo Lambert and Assistant Provost Peter Felton will speak with a panel about their research into the importance of relationships in the college experience. The event is set for 7:30 p.m. in Alumni Gym, and you can get your tickets at elon.universitytickets.com. They are free with an Elon ID or $15.
Fall Pride Fest is back tomorrow from 4 to 6 p.m. on Phi Beta Kappa Commons, according to the Gender and LGBTQIA Center. Members of ELON'S queer community and allies can come together and play outdoor games, as well as make some tie-dye gear.
And it really feels like fall as we get even closer to Halloween. It's just 10 days away. And now joining us live in the studio for a Halloween treat is our Ellis Chandler. Ellis, what are we making this morning?
Ashlyn and Naomi, thank you so much. This Harvest Hash Chex Mix is the perfect combination of sweet, salty, and crunchy, and it's so fitting for this time of year. So to start, I've got my festive bowl here, and in it I have 1 box of Rice Chex cereal. To add to that, I'm going to add a bag of corn chips. You're welcome to use whatever salty snack you like. I'll add that in there. And then I'm going to add about 4 cups of pretzels. Again, what's so great about this recipe is that you can kind of customize it however you like. So if you'd rather use twisty pretzels rather than pretzel sticks, go for it. So moving along to the sweeter side of things and adding in a little bit of that like fall flair to it, I've got 1 bag of candy corn. This is the kind with the pumpkins and the chocolate candy corn too. So lots of color here and lots of sugar as well. So I'm going to add that right in, and then to top it all off, moving back to salty but still on the sweeter side, I've got 1 box here of Reese's Pieces. So lots of color, the perfect fall snack, but I have the finished product for you right after this.
It's getting warmer and warmer out here by the second. I'll have your Phoenix 5-day forecast after the break.
And we are back with our Ellis Chandler, who has made this delicious holiday treat for us. Ellis, we don't have an oven here in the studio, obviously, but for those who do and are watching at home, what can they do to sort of add to this recipe?
Sure. Well, technically this is ready to go as is, so technically we shouldn't have to do anything else to it. But if you want to take it a step further and make it even sweeter, you can make a sauce using about 3/4 of a cup of melted butter, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. Make sure it's packed into your measuring cup real tight, and then about 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. Whisk that all together, pour it over what we have in our bowl here, and then what you'll do with that is pour it over a lined baking sheet using like parchment paper or something, and then preheat your oven to about 275. Stick it in there for about 45 minutes. You can take it out every once in a while, shake it around a little bit, but be prepared because this does make a pretty big batch from what we see here. So it's great for a party. It's great to put it in little Halloween goodie bags to give out to your trick-or-treaters or as like favors for something. But if you're not planning on doing anything like that, you're welcome to just stick it in an airtight container and snack on it all throughout a week.
I was gonna say, it's a bit dangerous. It's a huge batch. I'll probably just be, snacking on it all night.
Absolutely, I know, it looks so good here, and it's the perfect mix of salty and sweet. So if you wanna follow along with us at home, visit our website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
Naomi, I think this is the first time where I was leaving my house to come to the studio this morning, and I had to grab a jacket on my way out.
Yeah, I was really contemplating as I was getting ready to leave, like, do I need one? Do I not need one? And when I looked at my app and I saw those temperatures in the 40s, I was like, I absolutely need a coat this morning.
I know, I saw that 40 and I was like, maybe I should put sweatpants on underneath my dress. Like, I know you did that, just because it's so cold walking here.
Yeah, coming on in. And we are 8 minutes after the hour, and joining us live with a look at the weather ahead is our Maeve Ashbrook under the Oaks.
Maeve, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Naomi and Ashlyn. I've seen a ton of students, just like you guys said, walking across campus in sweatpants, sweatshirts, and I could say I'm really cold. The hair is standing a little bit less up on my arms. It's gotten a little bit warm out here, but I still have goosebumps. However, for those of us wearing short sleeves, I think we ended up making the right decision because today's high is 78 degrees, and in a few hours, it's gonna be right there. Totally sunny forecast for the rest of the day, and then tonight we're gonna go back down to about 67 and cloudy. But that's nowhere near the temperature out right now. It's about 55 degrees last time I checked the forecast right before we went on air. As far as the Phoenix 5-day forecast, we're looking at 5 days of pretty much highs in the 70s. Tomorrow we're looking at a high of 73 and a low of 49, partly cloudy skies. On Saturday, a little bit chillier, not really, just a high of 70 with a low of 45. But sunny skies. So that's gonna be a really nice day to get out there, enjoy the fall, go to a pumpkin patch, haunted house, something like that. On Sunday, we're looking at a high of 76, and on Monday, a high of 77. So again, a bit warmer, high of 54 and a low of 54, and low of 55 on that day. And then on Tuesday, the good news, in my opinion, we're gonna have a high of 68 and a low of 49. And I actually checked the rest of that week. We're gonna see those highs in the mid to upper 60s, which is exciting to me. I don't know about you guys, but if we're gonna look for that little bit of more fall-esque weather, it's gonna be next week, not this one. That's all I have. Back to you guys in the studio.
Maeve Ashbrook, thank you so much.
Elon University's men's soccer team is set to face a new opponent on Saturday, the West Virginia University Mountaineers. Elon will enter the match following a 2-2 tie against the Northeastern University Wildcats. And as the team prepares to take on the Mountaineers, senior forward Jack Edwards says a win against a program like West Virginia would be a big victory.
I think it'd be big, not only for our ranking, but emotionally for the team. We'll do really well. It will lift our spirits a lot, and we'll just keep riding that wave if we can get the win and hopefully bring it to the CAA.
While WVU poses a tough competition for ELON, head coach MARC REEVES says he's confident in his team's leadership to help them in this weekend's away game.
We've stayed together. Our senior group is fighting hard to make sure we have a successful season, and I think we've got quite a bit of depth as well. But, you know, there's one or two players I still think are going to have a big impact on our season that maybe we haven't seen a ton from, or statistically.
The matchup will be aired on ESPN Plus this Saturday at 2 p.m.
Tomorrow, athletics will be hosting the Night of the Phoenix, its largest fundraising event of the year. Live performers and dinner will lead up to the main event of the night, a silent auction. Right now, the highest bid is set for $5,000 for a South African safari for two. Proceeds will go towards supporting student-athlete scholarships. And we'll be back in 60 seconds with an original song by Sarah Bright.
And joining us now live in the studio is freshman Sarah Bright, who will be performing live with us this morning.
Sarah, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, and first we wanted to just ask you a couple questions. So when did you start singing and playing the guitar?
I started playing when I was about 7 and singing and performing and writing shortly after.
And you're a music production major. Tell us about the moment in which you realized that music was more than just a passion for you. It was something that you really wanted to pursue professionally.
When I saw Taylor Swift for the first time live.
Wow.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Before you play us out, that is all the news we have for you this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
For all the news you need to know when we're not on the air, visit our website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
And be sure to follow us on social media at Elon News Network.
Sarah Bright is now going to play us out into the weekend with her song. Sarah?